on the 1st of March we put down all the nest rings for the Gentoo penguins. We have 87 Gentoo penguins, and we put down the nest rings on the 1st of March with some pebbles, and we essentially leave the Gentoos to fill the nest rings with those pebbles and build their nest for the breeding season. We put in massive amounts of pebbles in, and from that they'll tend to pick the smaller pebbles, mainly because they're easier to carry. Near the sort of later on, when all the small pebbles are gone, then they'll start going for the bigger ones, but really they like small pebbles which are quite flat. That seems to be their preference. Males and females both take turns at picking the pebbles. While one of them's off getting the pebbles, the other one stays in the nest and guards the nest to make sure that nobody steals their nest or steals their pebbles out of their nest. And they take turns, and so one of them will go off, pick a pebble, come back to the nest, drop it in the nest, and they'll do what's called a bow hiss, where they'll bow to each other and make a hissing noise, and that's their way of they're sort of courting each other and saying hello when they come back to the nest. This year we actually have a male-male pair, and no surprise to members who come in, but one of those male pairs is Snowflake, our leucistic penguin, and he has kind of bounced between females and males for the last 2 years, so this year he's decided to go with another male, and they're kind of nesting up at the front of the nest site, quite proud, so we'll see how they get on. Pebble stealing happens all the time, because why waste your energy going over to a pile of pebbles that may be a couple of metres away when you've got a next door neighbour who's maybe letting their guard down, and you can steal a pebble straight from them, so it's much quicker and you're not wasting your time walking the length of the nest site. We tend to leave them to it, but a lot of fights do break out. They are fairly laid back animals normally, but when it comes to their nests and protecting their nests, they can get really serious about it, and yeah, a lot of fights break out, especially when they're pebble stealing. Once a nest is full of pebbles, it'll take them about a week or two, depending how well they get on, and then they'll start looking at sort of building out a crevice in the middle of those pebbles, and then they'll hopefully lay an egg. We're hoping our first eggs will be here the first week in April. And there's quite a few nests that are still quite empty. Sometimes it can take them a bit just to establish their bond between their partner, kind of claim the fact that it's their nest. They'll sometimes do little parades around their nest, calling with each other, just kind of showing off that that's their nest, that's where they want to be. And this can take a few days, so after they've done sort of settled down, then you start building up the nest. But you always get ones who we need to sometimes help out because they're maybe a bit more lazy than the others. So it's a bit like if you were bought a flat together and you were picking the wallpaper and the carpet to put in, and sort of presenting the pebble, we say it's a bit like giving your partner a bunch of flowers, just a sort of a courtship as well at the same time, as well as decorating your home. We will start to see our first egg laid in the first week of April. Then they incubate those eggs, so they'll take turns sitting on the egg for about 33 days, and then hopefully a chick will hatch out. So our first chick last year was the 5th of May, so it'll probably be round about the same time. They're cute and adorable, but it doesn't take them long to kind of grow up and then just be causing mischief on the nest site.